Welcome to the Daily Influence, where our mission is to deliver a daily dose of positive influence that can uplift you personally or be shared within your sphere of influence. While not every episode may directly apply to your unique circumstances, we strive to provide insights and inspiration relevant to most people's daily, weekly, and monthly lives. Whether you are tuning in during the morning, noon, or night, the Daily Influence is here for you. Listen, share, and embrace the power of influence in your life. Hey everybody, Brian Smith here with the Iron Team series and your Daily Influence. Today we are going to talk about navigating leadership transitions. And really what that means is, for us at the Iron Team series and at IA in our consulting practice, we believe that everybody has leadership potential, and ultimately and almost actually effectively, a lot of people are in leadership roles and they don't even realize it. Anytime that a person owns a project or a task or anything like that, they are in a leadership role when it comes to that task or that process or that project. And I think that's the first thing that really needs to be understood, is understanding that as individuals, regardless if you call it leadership or if you call it digging a ditch, you may still be in a leadership position. And it's very important that what you do within your unique influence and how that influence affects people around you when they're in your areas of influence. And those of us that are already defined as leaders, it's really important that we recognize this within our teams and that we give to those people the recognition and allow them to understand that their individual influence within their areas of influence is amazingly important. And the way to do that is through direct, consistent communication about what they do, why they do it, how important it is, and how it influences the overall organizational mission, even from a small perceptive-wise to a large perceptive-wise area of influence. Because without even the small pieces, the biggest things in the world can't be built. While you're doing this, while you are teaching people to recognize their individual influence, you can reinforce positive influence. Doing that is by reinforcing a supportive environment, providing for these people who are learning that they are leaders, that they have this influence. And that's a realization for them because they've always had that influence. But now that they have this realization, it can sometimes become stressful. It can cause anxiety. It can make people question certain things. So being positive for them, mentoring them through what it is to be a leader, understanding and reinforcing the positive nature of their role, making positive what their influence is, giving them clear definition to what they contribute and how those around them contribute to the overall area of influence that they find themselves. And when we use this in our individual areas of influence, at whatever level we are, as an individual and being positive, what we are doing is laying foundations. We have the person, the individual, working within the larger individual group. They have these responsibilities that now have been identified and respected as important. Not just a job, not just a task, not just a worker, but we've defined for them and for the rest of the organization the importance of each aspect within our organization, within each person's area of influence. We define this. And when we do this, we become responsible leaders. And responsible leaders during transitions, as leaders move from one position to the other, they take on more responsibility. Understanding what happens before and after their area of influence is part of that responsibility. Mentoring and supporting those around us is part of that responsibility. And to have responsible influence, we need to understand what we do, what influences us. We also need to understand how our influence may affect or influence those around us. And learning about how to manage these changes, the change in us, the change in our peers, the change in our organization can be really stressful and can be disruptive. One of the best ways to manage change is to not call it change, but call it improvement. And when we share with those around us that we are in a continuous mode of improvement management, we now have outlined and finalized this overall look at ourselves, individual, positive, responsible influence. And each of us is a leader that is encapsulated in what that means. So navigating leadership transitions starts day one at the lowest from a hierarchy, however you look at it, the perceptive lowest position in the organization. Leadership starts there, and it never stops as people move through the organization, take on more responsibility, do more things to satisfy the overall mission of the organization. And when we lay out leadership in this way and allow people to navigate their own personal leadership and the leadership they have in the organizations where they have influence through this understanding, through this positive way, and with a mindset of being responsible for their actions and the actions of others that they have influence over, then we can begin to move consistently as a team. We can maintain trust and continuity with our teams and ourselves and our policies, our procedures, our core beliefs, our mission, and we can be the organization and the individuals that we hope we'll be. I hope you've liked listening today to Navigating Leadership Transitions. It's a good time for these topics to be happening with our latest book, which is now an Amazon International bestseller, Responsible Influence, Build the Iron Team. Goes right along with our first two books. Individual Influence, Find the Iron Team, and Positive Influence, Be the Iron Team. I hope you will grab a copy for yourselves, for your friends, for your workmates. Share positive influence, share responsible influence. And I hope that you'll have a great day and listen again tomorrow. Bye for now.